So this is the beginning of the March 5th video, and today I did trade and had a pretty crazy day today. I'll talk about that in a second. And I do have a shift at Domino's today on this Thursday from 5 to 9:30. And Thursdays are usually a little bit more busier because people get paid on Thursdays. I guess that's just what they said. And see, I'll update this video after the shift tonight. But as I was saying, I did trade this morning. Let me get this. So I'm still in the XFA, as you can see, the same one. And today I'm up $470. And if I go through the trades for today, it's a pretty roller coaster day. So let's see, 3, 4. Let's see. So this was the start of today. Let's see, this one right here. So this was the start of today's trades. So I started off minus $790, and then I worked my way up just a little bit at 310, and then back down 470. So I wasn't like a lot of drawdown today in the account, but then as you can see in these last two trades right here, I have made it back into profit for the day. And so the account is up it's not focusing. It's up 470 for the day. And on these XFAs, it takes 5 winning days to request a payout. And as you can see, the account balance now is 2,521. And if we go to the calendar, there's 4 winning days right there. And then obviously that February 27th day would be the 5th. So you can request up to half of your balance in the XFA. So whatever half your balance is, that's the max you can request. And half of this balance is $1,260. So within these 5 trading days, I will request a payout this afternoon. I will request a payout this afternoon for $1,260 from this account. And the plan with this payout is what I'll do is I'll reinvest it into more combine accounts, and I'll look to pass those over the next 2 trading days. And then I'll be trading 3 XFAs. So what that means is basically what you see here. This is an Express account. If I copy trade 3 of these, and like let's say I've been doing that, that would be all of these times 3, because it'll be 3 accounts trading the same trades. So then my balance would be, this 2,500 times 3. And so that's kind of like the best way to scale with these accounts. And you can really leverage your money, obviously. So I will be requesting the payout tonight, and I will show that in this video. And yes, I'll also update this video after the domino shift. So this is the update to the March 5th episode. And like I said, earlier in this video, I mentioned that I was going to request a payout today. But I think what I'm going to do is wait till tomorrow, Friday, and then I'll trade tomorrow. If there's anything that I want to trade, and then after tomorrow, Friday, then that is when I will request the payout tomorrow afternoon. But what happens when you request a payout is obviously you can request up to half of your balance, which is what I would do. But after doing that, then your max drawdown also becomes half of what your balance is. So like right now, what it would be is, like right now, the drawdown in the account is, it's hard to see, but it's $2,521. But if I requested the payout of $1,260, then my max drawdown would only be $1,260. And what that does is it kind of puts like me in a tighter position because I don't have a lot of drawdown left. But as you continue to build the account up, then when you request a payout, obviously if you have a bigger balance, you get a bigger drawdown after the payout. So since this week has been good so far and the news is good as well, what I'm going to do is trade tomorrow, and then tomorrow is when I will request a payout. Yeah. This is the update to the March 5th video on Thursday. And I just finished the shift at Domino's. It was from 5 to 9:30, but I ended up leaving at like 9:20 just because it wasn't busy at all. So in totals, hourly was about $42 pretty much, just for hours alone. And in between tips and mileage, like I said, for Thursday night and just for any night in specific, it wasn't really busy at all. I only did like 3 deliveries, and I usually average like 8 to 10. In between tips and mileage, it was only $17 for both of those. And so yeah, it really wasn't a busy night at all, which kind of sucked, just having to stand around in the store the whole time. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the March 5th episode. And like I said, if I have the chance in this video, I'll show the payout screen so you can see what that looks like. But if not, after I trade tomorrow and start the March 6th episode, then I'll be able to show obviously me requesting the payout and how that looks and all that stuff. And yeah, it's the end of March 5th. It's just like another late night thought or whatever. But like, one of the best things you can possibly have as a skill or quality in your life is to be always in a great mood in the absence of things to be in a great mood about. And what I mean by that is like, just for example, just people watching tonight, like these, some of the workers there, as soon as they got a delivery, the first thing they would do is to see if they got a tip or not, right? And obviously if they got like a tip or a big tip, they'd be happy. Or if they got like a low tip or no tip, then they'd let it completely ruin their mood for the next, 10 to 30 minutes, or just however long the delivery takes. And it's like, that's just such a waste of energy and time to just let something small like that, completely affect your mood and put you in a negative state of mind. And that's just kind of like what I was thinking about, because obviously, God's put me in a position where obviously, I have trading, I have other things like that. Like, I'm not really here for the money or anything like that, obviously. So for me, it's more just fun. Like, when I get a delivery, I'm just happy. I don't even check for the tip. Like, I don't even know if I get a tip until pretty much I get back to the store or complete the delivery. Yeah, it's just kind of something I was thinking of in my head or whatever, is to always, because you can search for the bad in something and find 100 reasons why it's bad. But you can also search in the good in something and find 100 reasons why it's good. It's just up to you to decide which one you're going to look for, right? And a lot of people like to look for the negative things because, some people, they just get stuck in that endless loop of just being in a negative state of mind. And when they get into a good state of mind, the first thing they do, they just want to go right back to the negative state of mind because it's where they're comfortable. That's just where they've been. Yeah, it's just like a big thing I was kind of thinking of, to always be in a great mood in the absence of things to be in a great mood about. And I believe if you can do this, you really can change a lot in your life. And if you can just try it for 30 days, you'll really be able to see a big difference in your life and, obviously your happiness and how you feel throughout the day, because realistically letting a $5 tip, destroy your mood for the next 10 to 30 minutes, it's like, after that time's over or whatever, you're going to be right back in the neutral, state of mind. So it's like, why let the small stuff bother you like that when you can always just find the good in something as well? And it's like, yeah, they didn't leave no tip, but you still got a delivery. They didn't leave no tip, but you still get to serve somebody, right? They didn't leave no tip, but you still have a car that runs and drives that you're going to be able to go deliver, food to them. They didn't leave no tip, but you still have a job, you still have a car, you still have a way to make money, right? And so there's just so many. It goes on both sides of the spectrum, right? Like, yeah, they also didn't leave no tip, and you didn't make any money off this delivery, right? You can search for the good and bad in things, and this goes with everything. This is just like a little example, obviously, for the Domino's job section of this series, basically. Yeah, it's just kind of something I was thinking of tonight. And yeah, so now should be, unless I add another one, this should be the end of the March 5th episode. And this is just one more thing, another one. I feel like the quality of your life and your actual, happiness and stuff, gratitude, can really come from how quickly you can take yourself out of the negative mood, negative mindset, and put yourself back into, a positive, happier mood, right? So, let's say like something affects your day, right? Or something goes wrong, something happens, you spill your coffee, or drop your food, or they mess up your order, whatever it is. The faster you can get out of that negative state of mind back into a positive, happy one will determine your quality of life as a person, right? So let's say you spill your coffee, you're late to work, your shirt's stained or whatever. Well, being in a negative state of mind about that and being mad at that is going to change absolutely nothing. So you're just hurting yourself by staying in that state of mind for as long as, you let yourself. But the faster you can change your state of mind and get back into a more positive, more happier, grateful mindset, the better your quality of life will be. And yeah, so now should be the end of the March 5th.